Hello and welcome to Simple Cryptocurrency News presented by your host Phantasma Chain. And in today's news video, we're going to be looking at the state of the market, and then we're going to be talking about some really important news that came in today in relation to Bitcoin futures. And we're not talking about Bakkt, we're talking about somebody else, so stay tuned for that. Then we'll be talking about Phantasma Chain, then Elastos, and finally I'll close it off with news from the NEO ecosystem and the latest news we got from there. But before we get into the news, as always, I just want to remind you that in the description below the video, you'll find the times as well as the topics that I'll be discussing. So you can simply click on the time and it'll take you directly there, as well as the links associated with all the different topics that I'll be discussing. Again, please leave a comment if you have any sort of questions in relation to any of these topics. I'm really curious to see what your input is. What do you have to say? And let me know what other things would you like me to cover on this channel, because I do news, I do reviews, I do demos, and also video casts with various projects. But that being said, let's get in and look at CoinMarketCap. So actually, Bitcoin has been trading below 9,500 for quite a few days. I believe it was since Friday, if I'm not mistaken, or Saturday last week, when it just dumped from over 10K to like 9.38K or something like that. And many people didn't expect it. Some did expect it. Some actually expected it to drop even lower to like 8,500. Everyone was just talking about that. But then it started looking bullish. And we know that Bitcoin has found a really good support line just above 9,000. So yeah, that's how it is. You know, I mean, you can't really expect it to, it could drop below, right? There is a probability. But I mean, if it's looking bullish, if we've got that support line above 9,300 and it's holding strong between 9,400, 9,500, how likely is it? I mean, if it's been holding around that area for so long, for so many days, how likely is it that is it going to go down more? Unless there's more selling pressure, of course. But this is what they were waiting for, these news, and we're going to be talking about them very soon. So yeah, Bitcoin is basically trading at an average of $10,063 at the time of doing this video, up 4.2% compared to yesterday. Ethereum 217, NEO $11.80. Okay, so it's just under 12. It actually dipped to as low as like 11, close to 11, up 4%. And we've got Ontology, which has dropped a lot of ranks from 16th. It was right under NEO, so it was like 17th, I believe, when I was doing the earlier news videos, and it dropped to 24th, trading at just under $1, up 2.2% in the last 24 hours. And let's have a look at the biggest winners. That's Japan Content. I've actually seen them before. I'm not sure if this is a pump and dump, it's just a bit weird. And we've got V Systems and Walton Chain as the biggest losers, but Walton Chain has actually been pumping quite a lot lately, just before Bitcoin's price dipped when it was holding stable above 10K. I remember that Walton Chain did pump because it was one of the biggest winners. Yeah, that's how it is with the crypto market, you know, it is what it is. And actually, just to have a quick look at Binance, because of these news which I'm going to be talking about, we've seen the price pump like crazy, right? All these bots get triggered. I'm not sure if it's really people. I think it's bots that get triggered based on the news articles, and also Twitter and all these different things. So basically they have this kind of API connection in which as soon as some news article is posted, I think they do some kind of scan on the words or something on the keywords, and if they're positive, they set buy orders. So they trigger a lot of buy orders to generate the FOMO. But as we can see, with a big swing upwards like that, I mean, it's been trading around 9,500 for so many days, right? And then with this news, you're seeing this big swing upwards all of a sudden from 9,700 all the way to 10,100. So it's very likely that it's going to go below 10K again, probably to like 9.8, 9.9 maybe, who knows. My guess is it's going to go around here, 9.8, 9.9. around this area here, because this is just like a sudden pump, right? But this is just my opinion based on historical charts and what we've seen with other coins as well. When they pump like this all of a sudden because of news, they tend to dump, right? It is what it is. Sell orders get triggered, of course, because people want to take out profit. But let's move on and talk about the news. Actually, I'm going to close out of that Binance one because it's very slow. It's just a lot of stuff happening there, a lot of transactions. So what are the news? CoinDesk announced that who's gonna beat Bakkt? So LedgerX is going to be the first to launch the physical Bitcoin futures, and we'll talk about why. So basically, Bitcoin derivatives provider called LedgerX announced it has launched the first physically settled Bitcoin futures contracts in the US on Wednesday. Now, the contracts, which pay traders out in Bitcoin rather than US dollars, will be available to both institutional and retail investors. So this is very important right here, because this means the price is going to go absolutely insane and we may see a 50K Bitcoin. Not financial advice, my opinion, because everyone's been talking about this, the institutional investment. Everyone wanted it. All the crypto investors have wanted it, so it's finally going to happen. We don't know when. This is the problem, right? We still don't know when, but customers can deposit Bitcoin rather than dollars when buying a contract, and LedgerX has beaten the Intercontinental Exchanges backed and TD Ameritrade backed ErisX to the punch with its new offering, right? So yeah, basically they're just reiterating here. So have a read through this article, but they're just reiterating how it's going to work. They're showing the price of Bitcoin going up after the news. But one other interesting thing here, which I wanted to talk about. Where did I want to talk about this now? Okay, so down at the very bottom of this article, it says ErisX, like LedgerX, has received the necessary CFTC approvals, though it has not announced a timeline for launching its future contracts. Okay, so they have received the approvals, and these are the approvals that Bakkt are waiting for, because we can see here that Bakkt has self-certified its contracts through the CFTC and is now waiting on a trust charter from the New York Department of Financial Services to set up its warehouse. Once the trust charter is approved, Bakkt will likely be able to launch within a few weeks. However, these guys already got the approval, so that's why they're going to launch, right? So it could be anytime we could expect this to happen. My opinion is that in the meantime, until we see this happen, the cryptocurrency price is going to hold pretty stable. We may not see humongous swings even with Bitcoin. Maybe there will be some FOMO. Maybe the whales are going to try to play this to generate FOMO, to make us think we're going to miss the boat, and they might pump it to 15K, maybe higher. They may just pump it to 14K again, close to 14K like we've seen before earlier this year. But anything is possible. Anything is possible. I just don't see the price dipping too much, in my opinion. I don't see this getting to 8,500, especially with this kind of news. Okay, this is my opinion. There's no way, in my opinion, with these news that the price is just going to come crashing, because if it comes crashing, lots of people, and I'm not talking about bots, I'm talking about people, they're going to be waiting eagerly to get in, because they know what's going to happen when institutional investment gets into Bitcoin and how the price is going to pump like crazy. So yes, personally, I don't think the price is going to dump much more, probably 9,800, 9,700. I don't think we're going to see 8,500. This is my personal opinion. It's just highly unlikely with the news that we got in here, right? These are really good news. With Bakkt, it was pretty uncertain, but with this, with LedgerX, is very certain, right? They are gonna have to launch it, right? They did say this is what they want, this is their intention, right? So why the FUD? There's no need to FUD, absolutely no need to FUD, in my opinion. But that's that. We're gonna keep an eye out, a close eye, and as soon as we hear something, I'm gonna be doing a video as soon as I can, of course. These are the sort of news I like to cover in my news videos. And let's move on and talk about Phantasma Chain. So actually, I did talk about the reworked energy model some time ago, but they said that they're updating the SES model again. They're removing the lottery and adding a leaderboard to provide more liquidity between swapping SOL and KCAL, which is the energy token, the fuel token. And of course, they're asking if you want to become a block producer, and check out the link to take part in the DApp competition. And then there's that video that Lee did here as well, so do check that out. But yes, pretty soon we may see the launch of Phantasma Chain. Everybody's waiting for it. The Telegram channel's going crazy. Everyone's like, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? When exchange? You know, the usual questions. But I think it's gonna happen very soon, in my opinion. Very, very soon. When I say soon, I don't know. I can't give a date, but I think it's gonna happen in August. It just seems likely. It just seems likely. Unless they find some bugs with this reworked model. Hopefully not, right? Hopefully not. Let's move on and talk about Elastos. So actually, the reason I wanted to talk about Elastos, because a lot of their updates weren't so huge. However, this one has been talked about in the last while. It was about testnet. However, now Ethereum and Neo sidechains are scheduled to be deployed on the Elastos mainnet for whitelisted partners and developers starting on August 5th. And this caused the price of Elastos to pump, of course, to over $3 after dumping to about 270 or 260, something like that, when Bitcoin price was trading at 9,500 in the last few days. So yes, these are positive news for Elastos, of course. More visibility, you know, they're spreading. So let's see how things move on and how things progress. And let's move on and talk about the Neo ecosystem. And actually, these are the most recent news about nOS. I've done a video on an application on nOS, which is Hash Puppies. It's a game, it's still in development. You can redeem your ORHT tokens, which are basically airdrop tokens that you would have gotten if you held Neo in your wallet and you did some kind of Neo transaction back in December 2017. You would have been airdropped the ORHT token on the Neo blockchain in your Neo wallet in January 2018. So it is quite a long time ago, but maybe many of you which are watching this video have forgotten about it. So if you do have it, you can now redeem that token for a Hash Puppy, which is basically a digital pet, a digital puppy that you can grow, you can breed and things like that. Pretty similar to Hyper Dragons Go on Ontology. However, this is going to be on the Neo blockchain. So yes, nOS are releasing a white paper 2.0 powered by ARC program. Okay, so that's what they're doing. They're saying that this is an ARC partnership. So of course, nOS is a virtual operating system that aims to ease the deployment, discovery, and use of dApps. This is pretty much what they are. I have done a video on nOS as well, so do check it out. I've done a review, one of my older videos. The team is also in the process of overhauling the nOS client and this and that. But interestingly enough, what they're trying to do is they're trying to aim for that Web 2.0, right? So this is kind of like what Elastos are trying to do in a way. However, they're more like focusing on the operational side of things, on the operating system, whereas Elastos are all about the internet. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're going to be competing with each other in a way. Maybe, I don't know, possibly. Let me know what you think, especially if you're an Elastos supporter and you're also a nOS supporter maybe. How do you differentiate between these two? Let me know what you think in the comments below, because I can't really see a big difference, in my opinion, from what nOS are trying to achieve. Perhaps there is some difference, and perhaps Elastos, because they have been developing for a much longer time than nOS. nOS are relatively new. Again, the CEO of nOS is one of the City of Zion developers, who is like one of the big Neo community developers from that group, together with Sergio as well from Phantasma Chain and other projects on the Neo blockchain. But basically, they're trying to get curated app stores as well. They're trying to tackle the lack of transparency and potential manipulation of search rankings for applications in centralized app stores and things like that. The nOS blockchain, so they're working towards that, of course. So they're going to move off Neo as well. But I think they're still going to continue to support Neo in a way, right? Other than that, what else do we have here? Vote waiting. So do check that out. I mean, they're talking about staking nOS. You will be able to stake nOS as well. So they will have this kind of consensus mechanism for proof of stake, similar to Neo. So yes, do check it out if you're interested, especially if you support nOS. You've probably heard about this, I'm sure, if you support nOS, but these are relatively new news. Basically, these are from today. Okay, these were posted today on Neo News today, but I think that they've been covered by other YouTubers yesterday, because I have seen a video, for example, BitBoy covered, he spoke about these guys in a video yesterday. So I think Neo News today were just a bit slow uploading this article. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So nOS and ARC. And yeah, let me know what you think. And finally, I want to close this off with the O3 wallet integration with Coinbase Connect in version 3.0. So this is very, very important. Now, basically what they're doing, as you know, and if you don't know, I'm just going to quickly explain you. So O3 is a wallet both on the mobile and the desktop, in which you can store your Neo coins, your Neo tokens, which are the NEP5 tokens, and also Ontology and its associated tokens within it, right? Well, when I say within it, that's where you manage your assets, right? You don't actually store it there. It is stored on the blockchain, on each individual blockchain, both Ontology and Neo. However, you can actually transact from this wallet. So apart from transacting with this wallet, there are many dApps which this wallet has, right? You can access the Switch or Hybrid exchange, for example, if you want to trade directly, and you can transfer funds directly from the wallet to the exchange's smart contract and start making trades there directly. So it's a kind of a one-stop shop, if you want to think of it, right? This kind of application in which you've got access to all these smaller applications which are interconnected to it. And all the signatures are taking place from this application, from O3. So O3 needs to sign any kind of transactions which are taking place before they do, because, you know, it's extra security. So basically, Coinbase are going to be integrating with O3, or more to say, O3 are going to integrate Coinbase, right? Not the other way around, because Coinbase are the giants. So basically what you're going to be able to do is map your account from Coinbase to be able to deposit and get Bitcoin, and then you can do atomic swap from Bitcoin into NEO. So this is really big news for NEO. Of course, this is huge news for NEO because many people were complaining, myself included, about the integration of Simplex into the O3 wallet. Simplex is basically a fiat gateway for the O3 wallet, in which users can purchase NEO directly with fiat, but the fees were absolutely humongous, right? They would rip you off, right? They were a rip-off. This is the reality. So O3, of course, realized that. They were like, okay, well, this is what the community says. We can't go ahead with this. We're not going to destroy our product. Our product is awesome, and I agree. I like the O3 product. I think their product is awesome. So yeah, basically this is how it is. They're going to integrate it, and you will be able to settle transactions directly from Coinbase and basically transfer them over to O3 because there will be a swap functionality. So here it actually says the O3 swap integration also allows NEO holders a simplified fiat off-ramp. Coinbase offers the free two-way conversion of USD coin, USDC, to USD alongside free USD withdrawals to bank accounts, and due to these services, the exchange rates that O3 Coinbase users are quoted in O3 Swap represent the amounts that they will actually receive at press time. O3 Swap fees for exchanging 100 NEO into USD held in a bank account were under 3%. So yes, much better compared to Simplex. So yes, I'm actually happy, really happy to see this, because I do like O3, and I just want to imagine what it would be like if O3 had a coin or a token. How much would the price be if they had some use case, of course. But O3 don't have a coin or a token. They simply want their wallet to be used. They want it to be a one-stop shop in which people can access all the different dApps. And I think that if O3 will eventually integrate other blockchains into their app, they're going to be absolutely humongous. They're going to be well used by a lot of people, because it's just so user-friendly. I really like the O3 app, I'm going to be honest. Again, I'm not sponsored by O3 in any way. I just use the O3 app and I really like it, both on the desktop and the mobile, and I really like it. I do recommend it to anybody. Anybody who asks me about a NEO wallet, where could they store their ontology coins or their NEO coins, I always recommend them the O3 wallet. It's just one of the best ones out there. So yes, that's that from today's news video. Again, let me know what you think. Please leave a comment below. What do you think about the news? LedgerX, right? This is very important, I think, for the community. I'm really happy with this. And yeah, I think that the Bitcoin price is gonna go up very soon, especially when we hear the news. I think once Bitcoin futures launches, that's it. You know, there's no more. I mean, of course, we're gonna see bear markets, but it's not gonna be the same, right? It's gonna change the whole game. It's gonna be what people have been waiting for patiently for so long, all through the bear market. It's all gonna finally pay off, in my opinion. So yeah, way too many interested parties in Bitcoin, way too many interested parties. It's not a dead coin, right? Just want to reiterate it to anybody who doubts it, who still FUDs. It's not a dead coin. The tech is awesome. Many parties are interested, and a lot of companies are teaching their programmers about blockchain just to be able to get them, right? To integrate blockchain technology into their specific applications internally, right? So yes, awesome to hear. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment. I just want to remind you again. And please, the most important thing, don't forget to subscribe. Have a lovely day. See you in the next video. Bye.